Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Humankind OpenDev. I was zooming out the map here to try to get a sense of how much space was left on this continent and how big the other players were going to have the opportunity to get, and I found this. Apparently, the independent people can actually found cities. I think this is a really interesting, idea. I have no idea how to interact with this, and probably we won't get much of a chance to interact with them because, they're on the other side of a couple of other empires. But yeah, if the independent people, if left to their own devices and not ransacked to death like we did with ours, can claim territory, and then presumably, we saw in the era screen, in the pick a new culture screen, that one of the cultures had bonuses for having like assimilated independent people and stuff. So presumably, we could use like the pressure of our culture to get them to join us and stuff. There's a whole interesting system here that I think we're probably not going to interact with at all during the course of this game. But yeah, that's cool. So, unfortunately, the information that I was seeking is not great for us. We expanded quickly. We have way more territory than it looks like our neighbors do, but we got hemmed into a corner pretty quickly here, and you can see the Olmec are starting to expand outward now, and they're going to end up with way more territory than we have, probably, and we can't exactly tell what's up with these guys, but the same may well be true for them. So we need to find somewhere else to put down cities, basically. I mean, we're working on a boat. Hopefully we'll get that. We'll find another landmass soon. But I am worried that everybody's going to catch up to us, and I'm even more worried that this player in second place is going to be able to continue accelerating at the rate they've been accelerating while we slow down, and they're going to end up surpassing us. So, boats, very important, I feel like. Which means that I think we might go Lighthouse of Alexandria. I was thinking about these a bunch, and I think it's probably either the Mausoleum, because, science, just like a lot of science, seems good, or the Lighthouse for getting quicker control of the oceans and figuring out where the other landmasses are. This is definitely a greater long-term effect, right? Well, I guess not. It depends on how much naval combat there is, and... Alright, I think we're gonna go the Mausoleum. It's a lot of science, man. Science is good. I like science. If you can't tell, I'm still pretty torn about it. I don't think the Statue of Zeus makes sense, although I do like Faith. Because I just want to play with the religion systems. I think we're going to commit to the Mausoleum. And we're gonna take control of the oceans by just having more boats than everybody else, I guess. That's my big plan. And then we got ourselves an administrator, and I think it would be a good idea to assign this administrator to Lothal. It's not 100% clear to me what all of the effects of having an administrator in place are, but we do know, at the very least, that cities without administrators cannot build military units. And Lothal is on 39 industry per turn. We definitely want this city to be able to build military units for if we get in trouble. So let's connect that. What is this? +5 science from event has ended. Oh! Okay, this is grayed out because it's showing us a status that we recently had but no longer have. That's actually really nice. I'm kind of surprised, and I've never really thought about this before, but I'm kind of surprised that I've not seen this in other games of this type and complexity. It's a really good idea to be able to tell what you recently had so that you can figure out why numbers have changed in the way they've changed. That's a nice feature. Okay. What else do we have going on here? So Lothal is, a lot of our cities are currently idle because we just finished building stuff. So I think, right now, we just finished building the last wonder, so let's get on this one immediately. Do we want to build out this way? I kind of want to build out this way. I mean, you know how I feel about tiles with rivers on them. And maybe we just, super commit to this with all of the cities that were building the previous wonder? How quickly can we get that done if we do that? That gets it to 18 turns. Then we have other cities actually doing some establishing stuff. I'm nervous about our military. Right now, everybody likes us, and our culture is... Here's the button for that. Our culture is pretty dominant, so I don't know if that has any effect on the ability of people to declare war on us or anything. It does look like the Greens culture is at least competitive with ours. Can we... yeah, there we go. There's that readout. So, yeah. They have... that's interesting. You can see this region is still exerting culture on them, even though it's not adjacent, but it's doing it through the Olmecs. So presumably if we were not dominant over the Olmecs, this would not be applying. So let's go talk to them for a second, shall we? Let's just see how things are going. Okay, pleasant. I like pleasant. Relation is deteriorating rapidly, however. That is a concern. I mean, then the most important thing is just making sure that both green and brown like us more than they like each other, right? So for the moment, I'm not going to stress, and we are, in fact, going to press real hard on this mausoleum. And fingers crossed, everybody, that we don't get attacked. But I think we're cool. I think we're cool to not worry about our military too much at this moment. And you guys, I have no idea what I want you guys to do, frankly. So we could compress this into one army. We could have them join up over here. Yeah, maybe that's what we do. I don't know that we need to be running around right now. It doesn't look like more curiosities are spawning inside of our land. I thought that was a thing, but maybe not. I guess we can do one more circuit real fast. Alright, and where are we at on technologies? We have access to the science quarter. That's pretty important. We could pick up theater and get even more influence. We should probably, for the next era, consider taking on the influence affinity instead of the food one. We've not really made great use of the fame from our affinity or our affinity abilities, right? We've never fired either of the agrarian abilities. I think it's reasonable for us to have taken the agrarian societies we've taken because all of the extra food has obviously been really valuable. But we may want to transition into something that's more about turning our engine into points more effectively. For right now, though, hydrology gets us an upgrade to our irrigation, which is probably right. Oh, watermill is industry on river. Okay, we're a very river-based society right now. What is our new notification? Empire 3 feels differently. Why? We moved to friendly from pleasant. That's better, right? Yeah, that seems to be above pleasant. Okay, cool. I'm glad that is the case. Also, I appreciate that they don't make you actually come over here and look at this attitude thing every turn. Like, they'll just tell you. They'll just let you know if something is up, if something has changed.
Listen very carefully. I have a proposal.
Eventually he's going to take that. Eventually he will decide that it is worth the money. We hope. But like right now his maps are just not worth anything to us, right? So we know there's some military units over here, but we don't have enough vision of them to like have a better sense of what that means. He's still just got some basic hunting party units. We're not seeing a lot of military movement around our borders or anything. I probably should station guys around the edges here just so that we have actual vision, though, huh? Maybe. For the moment, I'm not too stressed about our military situation. Alright, so we're about to have our first naval unit. They would like to open borders. Oh, cool, we have, it's not just the clothes that change, there's actually, like, cultural facial markings and stuff. That's really neat. I am a little nervous about this. Right now, they don't know that much about our land. And they're friendly now. My concern is that if we open borders, they're going to scout our territory, they're going to figure out that we're weak, and then they're going to destroy us. It's hard to know. You know, in some 4X games, friendship is pretty sticky, And in other 4X games, if you show that you could be conquered at any time, aggressive neighbors will just turn on you in an instant. I guess we're just gonna... I'm gonna counter. I will open my borders to you for money.
Give me something more, like money.
As you wish.
He says as you wish, but he didn't do it. He didn't give me the money. Speaking of money, we're actually making a lot of money now. Do I want to just... I probably don't want to just rush this, right? It is Wow. It is $55 for one turn of production. Yeah, never mind. Not going to worry about it. Okay, over here we finished our Nematon, and that means that it is the time to build this thing. Yeah, plus 14 industry, that sounds alright. That seems like a thing we ought to do. Okay, so we're going to have a couple of good high industry territories sort of in the middle of our empire. Hopefully, if things come to violence, we'll be capable of building troops quickly enough that it won't matter that we currently have no army at all. Who's still idle? Oh, right, I'm looking right at him. Well, now that we have this built, we should probably build some of these actual like infrastructure buildings inside of the city. Oh, you know what? We still don't have the ability to exploit copper. I have copper. I even have some iron. We should fix that. That's where we should aim our technology next. For the moment... Do we want to build out... Hold on. Let me turn on the display here. We could build a workers' quarter out this way. That would get us a fair amount of additional industry. I mean, we could start building actual military units here. We could also start slowly working on a holy site. If I want to play with the religion system some more, it might be a good idea to have some holy sites. Also, apparently, our stability is not so good. Oh, there you go. There's a penalty for being unadministered. Minus 30 stability in unadministered cities. So yeah, it might be a good idea to build a thing that has a ton of stability on it. Yeah, let's do that. Just give me, does it matter which direction we extend in? I guess I kind of want to extend... Well, no, it doesn't matter if we extend toward the iron. We're going to build a thing on that anyway. So I think the answer is no, it does not matter which direction we build this in. Oh, you can't rush that with money. So do I want to not build it here then? No, I'm gonna go ahead and put it down here. Oh, you definitely don't need to be on that. Yeah, Shotogai will just be working on that for like a really, really long time. Are we doing okay everywhere else? Yep, it doesn't make any sense to put you over there. We're about to gain a population. Okay, you are no longer at risk of falling below 10 food, so let's get you on production. You know what I love is completing buildings. Okay, this is terribly wasteful. We're going to run into a problem here where my population is outstripping my ability to apply people to good resources. So that's an actual serious issue. I guess... I mean, what we really need is more districts, right? And unfortunately, I've been spending so much time in Mohenjo-Daro specifically working on wonders that that's becoming an issue. Also, we should take a quick look. How are we aiming on stars here? We're gonna get our athlete stars. I don't have any concern about that. We're actually still really far away from the agrarian stars. We only need 4 more techs for this. Okay, I'm a little concerned about star progress, if I'm being honest. I don't know how we're going to put together 7 stars here. At least not quickly, certainly. These population stars get pretty harsh. Alright, so am I allowed to go into deep water? I am allowed to go into deep water. Alright, well then, yeah, just like sail out there and find me some new land masses. We do not yet know how to embark units, but we do know that it is a thing, because the harbors say that they remove the movement cost for embarkation. So hopefully we'll get to that at some point. And let's build ourselves some basic infrastructure. We have a bunch of river tiles here, so any of the plus things on river, any of the plus resources on river tiles are good. we're actually filling up the agrarian meter considerably faster, and the more surplus food we have, the more true that is. But if we're planning on switching off of an agrarian culture for the next era, I believe it will be the case that there's no longer any benefit to producing more than 50 food in a city. I don't know. Maybe we don't end up changing. So right now we are gaining 16% of a population point per turn. High stability also increases your growth speed. Does it say anywhere in here what the exact... It does not say exactly what that effect is, it looks like. We don't have good hard math on any of this stuff. Alright, well you know what? Then I'm just gonna keep working food. Maybe we remain agrarian. Maybe this is our strategy the whole way through. Of course we could throw this city onto the mausoleum. If we did that, it gets it down to 13 turns. Oh well, sorry. I'm gonna let it finish flood irrigation, I think, and then it'll work on that. And then we're probably gonna build flood irrigation and stuff in lots of other places too. We have a lot of upgrades that we need to get done in a lot of places. Yeah, wow, look at that. 12 per turn now. Alright, somebody else has reached the classical era. Even more populations. That would be our first aesthete star. Yep. Your army has the Lost at Sea status. Oh, maybe that's how... This army is lost at sea because it is in the open ocean without the right technology. Okay. So that's how they've worked the shallow water versus deep water split in this game. That's an interesting way to do that. So it lets you try to be brave and find some shallow water somewhere else. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, wait, at war. Hold on. Acknowledge. Your armies are now invading your opponent's... Oh, the boat. Right. Wait, no, it shouldn't... Does it mean the boat? Because we have open borders with you. Yeah, we're friendly and cool and everything is good. Hold on, let me make sure that I didn't accidentally go to war with anybody else. Sorry, that's the same person. There we go. No, we're good. We're fine. Current attitude needy. They've come to you looking for help and our relationship is deteriorating rapidly. Wait, is it? I'll help. I'm happy to help you. Do you want my... I mean... I don't know what they need from me. It seems like they're not at war with anyone, right? Yeah, they're at peace with all the empires that we know. They just feel like they're falling behind, I guess, more than like being desperately in need to survive right now. Okay, I mean, whatever. Listen, I don't want them to die. It's nice to have a player who is definitely weaker than you on the continent, so that you have someone you can throw under the bus if it comes down to it. And yeah, maybe that's a horrible way to talk about it, but, I mean, that's what I'm thinking. So we don't want, necessarily, the river-based upgrades in this territory, because we only have one river tile. At least we don't want them more than we want other things. I'm actually going to build another boat here. So each military unit costs us a point of population, but the era star for population includes your units. So it's not actually a loss in that sense. It's just a loss of actual production ability. This is not a thing that's unique to this game. Other 4X games have done this. I think it's a really good idea to have units cost population so that players can't be the most internally productive and the most militarily dominant at the same time. It's a thing that I wish more 4X games would do. Alright, let's grab bronze working so that we can grab that copper, and then from there push through to standing army, get access to our good unit, and also the ability to work the iron we have over here. And then at least we'll be in a much better place to defend ourselves, should it come to needing to defend ourselves. Alright, I'm gonna sail north for a while here, before we try crossing again. I'm just gonna see if there's any more shallow water available. We'll get a couple of boats up, we'll search out the coastline. Do I have open borders with the people south of us? I actually don't remember, and we're going to want open borders once this boat is finished, so... treaties. Can we... Oh, no, we're cool. Yeah, that's right. We scouted their territory because we have open borders. Alright, well, everybody work real hard on all that stuff we're doing. Alright, so what does copper actually do? It's a strategic resource, so it might not have... Okay, yeah, it doesn't have an effect from just having it. The value of it is that it lets you build units. That makes sense. So let's go to Standing Army. Give me this.
Oh.
The Olmecs have sent us an alliance proposal. Accepting the alliance unlocks new treaties and prevents battle between allies, also makes the AI appreciate you more. Refusing the alliance prevents your opponent from sending a new proposal for several turns. Thank you. So this is a thing that could be very annoying in many other 4X games. When an AI has decided you need to be friends with them, it's just like constant diplomacy spam every turn is so annoying. Countering informs the other empire you're willing to accept a proposal for money. So battles can be crossed. The cost of buying a resource and transporting it across the other empire's territory is reduced. But the seller still gains the same amount of money from the sale. That's really cool. Military intelligence is freely shared, so we can see through each other's armies. He's finally going to get that map information. I think I'm okay with it, honestly. Let's have a real close friend. He feels bound to us, like a long-lost sibling. You know what? Yes, I'm into friendship.
Tremendous!
He's super happy about that, and that makes me a little nervous, because it makes me think that he is maybe in a bad position and using us to bolster his position, and as such, I'm worried. I'm worried about this player. I'm worried about player 2 over here. So it looks like he does not have a lot of information about the ocean. Okay, we can see a place where there's another ocean region. We have no idea how wide the ocean might be. If I zoom way out, okay, it looks like the map is pretty damn wide, actually. Yeah, we may not have another landmass close enough to find it safely with these little early ships. The flooded lands. An unrelenting deluge of rainfall lashes down upon the great city of Ganveriwala and the surrounding lands. If the rains don't stop soon, the banks of the great river that threads through the city will burst, flooding the adjacent quarters. With limited time and resources, the choices are stark. What do you do? Well, we do have quite a bit of money, so I feel like we should do something. We can build an expensive dike around the city. Yeah, let's do that. That's going to push us toward progress, which I think we're okay with. It's going to cost us a little bit of influence in exchange for science, which is fine. We're doing just fine on influence. We certainly have the money to plow into a big public works project. I have no problem with that. Yeah, so I guess I am going to have you... It looks like there's not a ton of reason to keep running a unit around our territory right now. I assume if, like, new ruins become available or something, probably we'll get some notifications. Hopefully. And I think Nemosos is going to contribute to the wonder after building that very impressive Maker's Quarter. So we should get this one done pretty quickly. And now I do think it's less likely that Green will attack us because now we have a friend who will back us up in the war, which is real good news for me. What does Green want? Green wants open borders. I am less inclined to accept this than I was before. I would still do it for money.
Interesting, but
okay.
Not yet profitable.
They gave us 100 gold. I'll take it. So I'm giving a non-zero amount of thought here to just sailing out into the deep water. It's interesting that there's not coastal water around all of the coast. So there's some places where it's just dangerous to sail even close to land. We'll continue to look around here a little bit. So 6 turns on the Wonder now. I like that. This obviously is going to take forever. There's nothing we can really do about that. For some reason, your city flag is not showing all the way? Huh. Weird. Okay, there we go. Managed to get it reproduced with the zoom in. Alright, let's have a look in this direction. See if there's any place where... Can I sail across the reef? I can, okay. Let's just see if there's any place where there is coastal water visible from the coast. So, you know, we may find a strait that we can sail across safely or something. And we can, of course, just get to the farthest point out and then sail one turn out and have the ability to sail one turn back in time. You don't really need to contribute to this. I think this is under control. So, honestly, I don't know that there's a ton of value to do here. And this city's on the weaker side. What kind of internal construction projects would be good? Do you need that guy doing that? No, that guy is providing very little benefit there. +2 food on river is not amazing. We've spent a lot of effort putting up or researching river bonuses. You could end up with a lot of woods. The watermill doesn't really make sense for you. +1 science per population. I mean, that'll be good eventually. And obviously, we're planning to have a lot of population in all of our cities relatively soon. Maybe we just want to push stability, though, a little bit. I think I'm going to do that. I'm a little worried that our stability is starting to drop in a lot of our cities. And I want to maintain a reasonable level of empire stability. I don't know exactly how dangerous it is to get low. But it feels like I should try not to get low. Okay, so we merged those guys in, we have the sentries up. I guess if you guys are gonna sit sentry, you should probably do it in a place where you actually have vision of something. So down here somewhere, something like that. Get on the river and we'll figure that out. Alright, always more population, always more power. Yeah, maybe like right here is the right spot. I really wish that this was not a mountain. I wish this was a hill that we could stand on. Because it would give us, like... It juts out into our other players' territory so well. Alright, you guys do that. I am, in fact, going to have this thing just sail out into the ocean blind next turn. Fortune favors you. The skies above Ganwariwala grow darker and darker, the deluge like a sea being tipped upon a city. But then, suddenly, the clouds parted and the rains relented. Days of sunshine followed, and the threat of floods no more. Ground is a little wetter, but people will not forget. People will not forget, but otherwise life is normal again. Okay. Well, I think then it's probably a good thing that we spent that money. Probably like a real good thing that we spent that money. Alright, do I want to do the same with you? Do I want to just have you sail out now? I'm gonna... Let's push down a little further south. How close are we to the north and south edges of the map? Okay, quite close to the south. Okay. I think these guys are, in fact, just going to sail hard east next turn. Got berths everywhere constantly. We got a civics point, but we have nothing to spend it on, sadly. And with standing army being researched, we definitely want to change the build. We want to make sure we get that iron and that copper up. Okay, what's next? Where are we headed next? So the conquest technology makes it easier to attach outposts. That's not a big concern for us right now. What is this? Ah, +1 unit available in each army. That's a big logistics bonus. That's actually really cool. Imperial power gives you the ability to relocate the capital, which is, I think, potentially really useful, and a thing that most strategy games don't just do not let you do, which is, a bummer. So this thing's really useful. Modify all resources money cost by -10% and get another administrator and also better boats. Where is 3-masted ship? It said, was that the name of the unit? No, that's the name of the technology. That is distant. We are not going to have that anytime soon. Well, you get a transport galley, which replaces land units which embark. Okay, so this allows us to move land units across the water, but unfortunately, it only has 2 movement. So it's a pretty clumsy way of doing that. Can make more money. +1 combat strength for units adjacent to the district on outposts. That's interesting. Gives you a way to sort of actively defend. Citizens appear automatically to defend your cities from attack. Okay. +1 industry on Maker's Quarters for each adjacent Maker's Quarter, and then also just +1 raw, and it requires copper, which we now have. I think I'm going to push toward rhetoric. Faith and science and influence are all things we're interested in. So unfortunately, it's the city that was building the holy site. Yeah, that wants to build these outposts. Oh, an independent people has spawned over here. So peaceful armies will not attack you first. Violent armies will attack on site. I'm not that concerned. This seems like somebody else's problem. You can't patronate. What is the meaning of this? Alright, well, give these independent people one of your outposts, thus strengthening the relationship. Oh, that's really cool. I want to play with the independent people systems more. I think we've sort of given ourselves a position where we can't do that this game, but there's some interesting stuff going on there. I would like to experiment with that. For right now, let's get our copper mine and our and this thing up. Can I just move this to the bottom of the key? Are there buttons for this? Okay, I can move other stuff up. And you know what? I do want to just buy these out, I'm pretty sure. Never mind that thing I just said. Keep working on the obelisk. Okay, so that's a whole bunch of extra science, which is nice. This is not really very useful. Be a man of science. We are going to have to keep moving through our cities and making sure the population is applied sensibly, because unfortunately, they don't seem to be getting the hint. So I assume from the way that population works in Endless Legend and Endless Space, that new points of population will tend to apply. They will try to apply to the place where you have most of your population. The problem for us is just that we are at cap on the place where we have most of our population, so they cannot even fit in there. Alright, yeah, we're super good on food here, so I guess fill in every other slot in the city, and then, yeah, and then I guess they'll generate food after that. But you know, more surplus food means the agrarian meter is filling faster, so it's not like it's useless. We really do desperately need to build more districts in some of these places, though, so we have more places to put these people. Alright, let's do it. We're going to move 1 full turn of movement out into the water. Oh, apparently I discovered some carcasses. And it looks like we are probably just going to have to sail right back. Do I want to sail east or northeast? Let's try northeast. Nothing. I mean, we know that there is at least one other landmass, right? Because there are 4 other players that we haven't met. There must be another continent roughly equivalent in size to our own, at least on the same order of size as our own. Okay, so we're pushing real hard on this. I mean, we're accelerating on population, if anything, so that's really good. We can get to 18 districts pretty trivially. And then, honestly, that could be good enough. If we can keep accelerating population, we get all 3 aesthete stars, we get all 3 agrarian stars, and we get 1 builder star. That'll do it. That'll get us there. I don't know if it'll get us there quickly enough. We probably will wish that we were doing it faster. Okay, yep, we have multiple armies that are threatening to become lost at sea.
You should listen to this.
Oh, interesting. Our treaties are different now because we are in an alliance. I should have looked at this. So they would like to share logistics. Provides each other with access to their respective supply lines, allowing units to be upgraded within each other's territory. That's real cool. I'm into it. So a cultural agreement, if maintained, the Empire's cultural proximity rises gradually until it stabilizes at a much higher value. Right now we're at kinship, so I'm not too concerned about that. A scientific agreement. Research performed by one empire provides progress toward the same tech for the other empire. Honestly, pretty interesting. We don't have the ability to offer that, it looks like. There's probably a tech that you have to get first. Buying a resource from the other empire can be done free of charge, but the seller still receives the money. That is super cool. I really like the way the resource trade systems work here. Okay, do I want your coffee? What does coffee do? Coffee gives food from farmers and stability. Everybody loves coffee. You cannot afford to buy a trade license. Oh, sure. All right, I just spent all my money. Actually, we're producing a lot of money per turn. I'm a little surprised that we can't afford that. Well, I don't think we're gonna just sail these ships off like... I don't feel like it is a good idea to just lose the ships. Let's sail around the rest of the coastline. We'll get some more vision here. And then if we run out of things to do with them, maybe. Hey, what's going on over here? I can't help but notice that there are injured units in this territory. Are you guys... Nope, they're not fighting. Okay, so the other two players on our continent have also formed an alliance. Interesting. Well, right now, I think my alliance is probably more powerful than theirs. But I like Green trying to shore up a little bit, seeing that we have banded together. That's a smart move. Right, would you believe people are being born in my empire?
I have something here that should please us both.
I'm not so interested in that. Oh, a grievance is available. A new trade deal is available. They must have picked up a new resource, I guess. Show me this. What are we talking about? Okay, as a gesture of good faith, you can renounce a grievance at any time. This will also happen automatically. You'll more often want to use grievances to make demands. Through the demand button, your opponent is not obliged to answer your demand, but your war desire will increase for each turn that you have more demands against them than they have against you. Your opponent can refuse your ongoing demands at any time. This will give you a large amount of war desire, but you'll be forced to make a choice: withdraw or declare war. The opponent can also accept the demands or suggest a defusal, removing all currently ongoing demands from both sides. Okay. It's better to be prepared to fight for your demands before you make them. Yes, I get it. Thank you. Unfortunately, I can't... There's no button at the bottom of this to remove it. I guess we'll just... You claimed a territory containing a natural wonder that I had discovered first. Oh, the Brown just claimed the territory that has that big fancy mountain in it. I'm going to renounce this. You do not have to give me that outpost. Well... the thing is, I don't want to spoil our relationship. It's going really well. But I am wondering if our closeness will make him more likely to give it to me, and we are a little land-starved. Like, it would be nice to have more territory. I think I'm gonna renounce. I'm gonna not do anything to spoil this relationship. Maybe I could afford to be playing more aggressively, though. Why is this green? Oh, this is green because this is a big woodland. Oh, that's neat. So I wonder if that's if it's any, once you get a certain number of forest tiles bound together, they become a woodland. Because we definitely have seen, we had the option of building a building that gave extra production from a woodland, right? The logging camp. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if it means, when it says +2 industry on woodland, I wonder if it means +2 industry if there is a woodland, or if it means +2 on each tile that is part of a woodland. Well, I think for the moment we have no way of knowing. Right, so reveal capital. I don't really want to reveal my capital to you. I guess we have open borders already. He's gonna find it. Would you give me money?
Give me something more.
No.
Like...
No, he will not. That's fine. I'm not too stressed about that. Alright, you know what? Let's maybe come up here and then sail out again and just push back the fog a bit. Oh, up here we can totally see another landmass, actually. Alright, let's go check that out. Maybe we will put one of our... Maybe we'll research that transport tech and get out there and actually claim that. Look at this, we're doing it. We're actually going to fill our agrarian bar. You're probably supposed to fill your bar at some point during the first era, I bet. I bet we kind of screwed up on that one. Alright, so we finished our mausoleum, which is great news. Got people being born in multiple cities per turn, which is wonderful. So that's our first... No, that was our second aesthete star. We're actually not at our first agrarian star yet. Well, we are going to cap out on era progress from our influence linear pretty quickly here. A new deal with one of your neighbors. Also, what do you guys want?
Respects your people and mine.
I'll do it for money. No? Okay, so they didn't really want it. Alright, Empire 2 has changed their opinion of us. That's the green one. Do we want to... So we don't actually see this resource. The thing is, I don't know what the resources do right now. So I'm loath to buy stuff sight unseen. I mean, obviously we know what saffron does. Lead is +2 science per researchers. Yo, can we buy access to some of your lead, please? No, I cannot. I do wish, it just says you cannot afford this. I wish that that tooltip had the amount of money you would need to be able to afford it listed on it. Alright, show me this. Is this territory uncontrolled? Because if it is, we are sending people over there. It sure looks like it. Alright, give me a guy. Actually, we should probably send a group of guys. You know, there might be, like, hostile animals or whatever. So I guess just get back to the harbor. We don't have the ability to embark you yet, but we'll fix it. We'll get there. Do I want to bounce off of rhetoric for a second to grab that? It's only 4 turns, and we do have the prereqs. Yeah, let's do that. We'll put rhetoric on the end of the queue. Okay. Do we have the ability to claim another wonder? No, okay, so you can... Oh, no, never mind. I was going to say maybe you can only build 1 wonder per era that you are in, so we need to be in the 3rd era before we can build a 3rd one. But no, it's just that all of the others got claimed. The rest of the empires figured out how to work their influence. Okay, well... When we move into the next era, we will have access to some wonders pretty quickly. Do we want to... We want to build more districts. It's not so critical here. Aside from maybe building food districts, because we desperately need food. But we're not starved on places to put our population. We can build a fishery and get +3 food out of the harbor... We could just build some units. We could build ourselves some of these guys. But I don't really want to produce a lot of military units in a place where our population is small. Yeah, so it would be better to build something that gives us more food. The granary might actually be sensible here. Because we're going to have to use farmers to get up to 50. I think let's do that. Let's build some internal food production in Nemosos, because we have a lot of industry and we do not have a lot of food. Alright, in Harappa, we are about to have population that's going to spill over into stuff that's not terribly useful. There's not really a great place to build a Maker's Quarter. I guess here... Does this tile... Hold on, does this tile not have food on it naturally? It says it should have 4 in the tooltip. It's not showing any food. Like, we definitely need more industry. This huge mountain range here is... Man, I wish we had a way to build into it the way we built into this one. It might be the case that maybe Harappa needs to build some internal stuff rather than another district. Although... Like, what can we build that would be useful? Oh, water wheel thing, right? Where is that? A watermill. Yeah, we have tons of industry here. This has 2 worker slots on it. That's actually a great building for that city. That's incredible. Over here, we now have the ability to build out into this area and grab some more resources. I would kind of like to grab that science, but I don't want to build a non-food... Like, if we built the research quarter on top of this, it would obliterate, yeah, all of that research. So that's a little... Boy, that is a lot, though, huh? Just 5 raw science, just from it existing. Maybe we go ahead and do that. What is food here? 77. We could probably afford the hit. An extra researcher slot would be nice to have. We're building out toward the... science is more important to us than food, I think. Because we have so much damn food. We could build a science quarter here. I guess if we're going to build out to the river, we should build out to the river from this side, maybe? No, I'm going to build a research quarter here. We're going to take advantage of the... whatever it is that makes this tile have science in it. Terra Rosa. Red Earth? I don't... What is Terra Rosa? I've not heard this term before. I'm going to tab out, and unfortunately, it's going to kill the audio for a second. But we're gonna learn what this word means, what this phrase means. Italian for red soil is well-drained reddish clay to silty clay soil. Okay, so it's an unusual soil condition that we could learn some things from, presumably. All right, down here. We don't need you on food. Do we want to produce... this is probably a place for a water wheel as well, right? A water mill, rather. In Lothal, we have a couple of river tiles, thanks to the mausoleum. So this would not be amazing here. And we kind of need food more than anything else. This +2 food on river is not huge. We could just build a food district, but as much as I like having built into these mountains, the mountains are making it awkward for us to expand outward very effectively. I suppose we could build like a farmer's quarter or maybe even a nematon here. The nematon isn't going to give us... It doesn't give you any additional worker slots. I guess we don't really need farmer slots, though. And more faith is potentially good. We're trying to play in that religion system, right? Also, industry output in this city is intense. Do we want to... I want to make sure our population here is good and growing, because this is probably where we're planning on building our military units, so we need both industry and a strong population base. And then, how's our stability here? Trending toward 92. Okay. So we probably don't need to worry too much about that. Yeah, I'm not really sure what all to do from there. We do have forest on a bunch of tiles. That's a woodland tile there. You know, actually, a lumber yard is probably pretty good for us. Okay, let's let that stuff build. Over here... we only have 19 industry. Well, 23 industry. So... oh, we can just throw... okay. Like a wonder. It's not like I can have each city build its own obelisk. I can have other cities feed into this obelisk. Well, that's actually almost certainly the right thing to do then, and maybe we should do that with some other cities as well. I'm going to let these other cities develop. Yeah, our holy site is effectively a wonder. Alright, 2 more population. Which army has the... oh, right, these guys. The guys that I moved out into the open ocean on purpose. And the Wheel of Misfortune. The invention of the wheel is transforming the world of trade and transport, but one frightening man from the volatile city of Shortugai sees a darker use. With much glee, he enumerates all the devious ways a wheel can be used to inflict pain on a person, from breaking bones to slow cooking to dragging bodies through the streets. He offers his services as an official torturer. How to respond? I don't think we need an official torturer. That's my wild opinion. So this will move us toward Liberty. What's... Liberty is... Okay, Liberty is the one that wants you to go wide. Yeah, we want to move this axis toward Liberty anyway, so that's the right choice for a bunch of different reasons. Many, many different reasons. Reject. Torture has no place in, like, a human society. Uh-oh, there's not a lot of coastal water on this side of this island. We're probably going to have to turn around. Okay, a new deal is available. Somebody pick up a new resource. Oh, no, sorry. A new deal is available because we picked up resources. We get this notification when people buy resources from us. Right. Okay. And we could see that it was Brown, because Brown had the little notification on them. Okay. You're getting to see me work out the basics of how to read game state in real time, which is, in some senses, a little embarrassing, because everybody gets to see me have a bunch of dumb ideas that turn out to be wrong. Alright, yeah, we gotta go around this side. Even more population. So that's our first agrarian star, right? No, we're 1 point short. We picked up the builder star. We'll get there. So how are we doing on fame? We are actually getting outstarred, but the two wonders that we've built have got us over top of the black player in terms of raw fame. I'm really worried about that. We need to meet that person. We need to meet them and figure out what their deal is. So next turn, we're likely to get an agrarian star. 2 turns for a scientist star. We're not super far off of this. All right, we'll keep going. Oh, hey, we hit our agrarian affinity. The one that is currently available is Mother's Milk. Note that to use this action, you need a city with an inhabited territory. We can't do Land of Plenty. You have to select a city first. Subtract a single population from every adjacent foreign territory to a selected city. So if we picked, if we were to grab, like, Lothal... No, I mean, we're just not adjacent to that many other players. Oh, hey, the Scythians took this area over. Interesting. I had just sort of assumed that, that Magenta was going to get it, but I guess not. Well, in any case, I do not think we care too much about the Land of Plenty. This is a good way to really annoy another player, but this is 7 population. So there's my Era star. Right, you've used the Mother's Milk action. To use the other special action, you need to select a city with common borders. Yeah, I mean, like, the bar has to refill before we can do that. At this rate, we're actually filling the bar quite quickly. So the next agrarian star's at 65, though? Jeez. I guess maybe for the agrarian stars, they're expecting you to have gone really, really wide. Let's push up here. We'll try sailing out from this area a little bit. Oh, actually, that's a coast. So, interesting. There is definitely more land for us to claim, and I'm overjoyed about it. Who still has movement left? You guys. Yeah, just chill. You are in sentry mode for the moment. Alright, this pop-up is clearly triggering inappropriately. We are definitely not invading an opponent's lands or at war with anyone. In fact, everybody likes me, right? Is that still true? Friendly. And friendly. Yeah, and of course, our blood brother. Who could possibly dislike the gentle people of our empire, who are constantly demanding money from everyone they know? Alright, somebody else has bought access to our copper. Good enough. So we're doing really well on money now because people are making so many deals for our resources.
I have a
Free
proposal.
trade? You know what? I love it. I love free trade. Let's do free trade. So yeah, I would like to buy access to both of your coffees, please. While I'm thinking about trade. So does the free trade not... Buying a resource from the other empire and transporting it across their territory can be done free of charge. That doesn't 100% mesh with with what we just experienced there. Yeah, and it wouldn't be free here either, but it's certainly not expensive. Okay. So you guys need to find what is over here. Oh, we picked up some knowledge there from discovering the Mount Roraima natural wonder. I mean, that's a cool looking mountain. We are the first people over here. Ooh. A reef full of science. That's interesting. Got ourselves an Era Star for finishing the tech. And over here, let's have a look around this way. So, I mean, this island looks... Oh! Big, weird... Why is that lake that color? That seems not the way that should be. Okay, so it looks like the natural wonder control effects are the same on all wonders. That's a little bit of a shame. But apparently there's a great and powerful natural bounty all around us, and I'm the first person on our island to have really developed ships. Are you a boat? No, you are a hunting party in a boat. Okay, so now we can embark, right? Or do we... No, sorry, we have to build a transport ship? No, we embark. Embark? We embark. Everything's cool and good and fine and normal. I'm going to send one of you guys off this way, and the rest of you this way. Unfortunately, this is a very, very slow method of movement. I guess, really, I probably should have just kept them on land until they were over here. Yeah, we may re-land them. We'll see. Okay, no, don't do that. Do... Actually, yeah, probably do, in fact. Just get back on land. And we have open borders from our friend here, so probably the smart move is everybody gets in the water. We just go ahead and we spend the movement to disembark in a place where there is no harbor. People are accomplishing world deeds. What manner of world deeds? Oh, right, we shared these because they have vision. That's what it was. Okay, so 100 fame to our friend. I'm okay with that. They saw it at the same time we did because of shared vision. Alright, we've unlocked new gameplay. That's a... You're not wrong, but it's a weird way to say that. Land armies are turned into transport ships. Embarking costs all the army's movement points unless it does it via harbor. Yeah. I'm with you. I follow. I got it.
For your consideration.
Would you pay me for it? Then I guess you don't want to know. Also, how do you not already know? My dude. My capital's like... Well, I guess my capital's on the coast. It's a little far away from him. Oh, there are some hostile independent peoples here. The Picts.
Ready all, row.
We have something... Ooh. Also more land. Okay, interesting. So here in Mohenjo-Daro, we could... I'm gonna just contribute production. Let's get that Obelisk of the Gods done, and then we'll figure things out from there. You guys, with your movement orders to get back on land, please do that. Apologies for having screwed up your movement. So what I want you to do is get over to here, and then get in the water. And you should get... like here-ish? Yeah, it's going to take 5 turns to get to the coast no matter how we do it. So this is the spot that makes sense, I think. Alright, hold on. Let's go back to the diplomacy menu, because I realized something. What is this? This guy has a symbol here, and mousing over it doesn't seem to do anything. Does... Yes, you also have that. Is this a display of maybe which merchant stars you have from this era? Or... I don't know. I don't know what that would be. Why there are 3 of them. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so we're only 2 stars off of finishing the era. Obviously, we're going to get the other athlete star. What are we at right now? We're at 63 influence per turn, so that's not even gonna take that long. We're likely to get this next. Honestly, I think there's a pretty good chance that we get out of the era without getting the second agrarian star. So I may be not exactly picking the optimal affinities. Like, again, we're picking the agrarian affinity. We picked agrarian societies not so much for the benefit of the affinity as for their actual legacy abilities and stuff, so I don't know. Maybe it's not a big deal that we're not exactly playing to our strengths. Also, 4 population that turn.
We feel this proposal would benefit all.
See, I never refuse. I'm not unreasonable. I just want to get paid. Okay, that's interesting. We'll grab that next turn. What else is going on over here? So the encampment is just the thing that's spawning them, right? It's not an outpost. Alright, we got our holy site up. Our religion is semi-functional. The city is too unstable to build further districts. It's trending upward. But yeah, it has a lot of districts. It has no administrator. Okay, that makes sense to me. So we should probably build something that gives stability. Like a public fountain, which everybody loves. For some reason. Listen, I get it. Humans and their fluids. People always need places to get more fluids. So I'm assuming the /11 here is just telling us that we only have 11 spaces for people to actually work. Not that like that's an actual population limit that affects growth or anything. Yeah, we have idle people. We're working on it. We'll build some new stuff. In Lothal, should probably finish this. Right, we're above. No, we are not. In fact, let's make sure we are abundant here. Actually, let's grab one of those people and put them back on science, and we'll move the money guy over. Oh, wait, maybe not. Oh, because in this city we get 8 food per population. Working on that, so it only takes 1 person to push us over. Well, in that case, you're on science. And then we should, like, build a thing. Stability here is super good. Because we have the wonder and everything. We could build some military stuff. We could feast, I suppose. I don't know that we, like, need to, desperately. What else can we build? There's no harbor here, so that doesn't make any sense. We don't have any market quarters. We could build some fortification if we were to be attacked. This is like a place where it might happen. I mean, if we're planning to push population really hard in this city, then a school does make sense. But also a forge is not... Well, it's not amazing, though. Let's build the school. You know what's power? Knowledge. Knowledge is power. And then over here... I kind of want to expand outward. Right, we could get a lot of value out of a lumberyard if we actually built over to that lumberyard. So, how about we put up a nematon here, and then we can, like, build into the trees with our, wait. Am I allowed to just build the nematon anywhere? It doesn't have to... Yeah, the nematon can just go anywhere. Huh. I had not realized. Well, this seems like a pretty good place to build it, then. That's a lot of extra food. Alright, faith. How's my religion doing, by the way? We have 93 followers. Empire 3 is the religious leader of Harappan's polytheism. What? Wait a minute. How does that work? I want to be the religious leader. You can see where your holy sites are on the map. A holy site is one of the most important producers of faith. The civilization with the largest number of holy sites is declared religious leader and is the one who gets to select the tenets. Ah, I see. This dude is out here taking over my religion. He outpoped me. Well, that's a problem. That's a thing we're gonna have to fix. Can I make more holy sites? How I holy site? Because we built the one, and now it looks like we're not able to build another. Okay, that's a thing to be concerned about. You know what I haven't looked at in a minute is our civics. Yeah, okay, so we have not unlocked any new civics. We have 2 civics points available, and we're well on our way to a 3rd. We need to just sort of stumble into the events that allow you to do that, I guess. Alright, well... let's see, what do we want from you? We could put up a research quarter. This is a pretty solid amount of science right here. I think let's do that. It gets the benefit from the nearby Maker's Quarter and stuff. And then, do you need population on this? You really don't. Let's focus on industry. Okay, so I wasn't paying attention to my religion, and the control of it was wrested away from me, and I don't exactly know how to handle that. Alright, even more population. Always more population. See, knowledge is power. It says so right there. So we got access to some extra stuff. The library seems like a very good building. A theater seems like a thing that plays into our strengths pretty well. And we've met a new player. Ah, this is the border color of this region. So this is owned already, and we've now met the owner. Well, let's say hi.
Here is a proposal to get your heart racing.
So they want a non-aggression pact right off the top, and I am into it. Alright, they don't know any of the other people from our landmass, so they don't have the ability to get over. They haven't figured out how to get over to our continent. We've just come over to theirs. Okay, well, they're suspicious of us. That makes sense. They are much less powerful. They follow different religions. Their archetype is vindictive. That seems bad. Eager to learn from others and embrace diversity. Just don't cross them. Okay, and they have host. Plus 10 influence per independent people under patronage on main plaza. Yeah, I have no idea how this patronage thing works. They keep their first culture for the whole game. That's a really interesting trait for an AI to have. So they always ascend. Huh. Alright, what are we doing now? We have some options. We could, of course, build a theater, but we don't have, we don't have all of the river bonuses here, and it feels like we should, even if we don't desperately need food. Let's make sure we're capping that out. Thank you very much, Watermill. So you guys should go grab this. Wow, 50 science. That's pretty impressive. So, getting out on the water... Oh, shoot. I'm not going to be able to make it back to friendly territory. I didn't even think about that. Can we please get open borders? Am I not allowed to offer things to them? Select treaties to change your terms. Yeah, how do I don't know how we actually make offers to other players, I'm realizing. Have we done it with anyone else? Like if I wanted to make an offer to you... Okay, yeah, these things light up. I can click the button on you. So why can I not do it on the other guy? Is it because our relationship is too new? We just met, so... Because if I can't ask for open borders... See, I could ask to rewind the non-aggression pact. If I can't ask for open borders, I think this ship is dead. We're not going to be able to make it back Shoot. Alright, well, that being the case, sail this way? We know you won't make it to a landmass in the other direction, but maybe we can find something over here? Or maybe I've just lost a ship. So it turns out there's a lot of islands over here. There's a whole archipelago. Can we communicate with you guys? Oh, yes. Cool. Okay, so the Nazca. They are collectivist, and their choices emphasize... Wait, tooltip. Emphasize group defense, exceptionalism, militarization for reasons against other groups. The more similar your ideological orientation is, the better your proximity will be. Okay, so our ideological proximity matters. They care a lot about these things, and we're kind of in those directions a little bit. Actually, this one's still dead center. So, distrust. Not really all that similar, it turns out. But we can engage in some patronage and develop our relationship with them, and then something will come of it, I'm sure. So if we get a significant relationship level, we can get access to their resources. If they had any, which they don't. Alright, well, I'm down to engage in some patronage here. We have lots of influence and money. So let's see. This city can build armies, and you can hire those armies, which are named mercenaries. I would love it if the tooltips... There we go, okay. Which are named mercenaries. Defenders' armies will always remain independent. From this panel, you can patronize the independent people. Violent armies will not attack you anymore, and you will benefit from their exploited resource deposits. Hold on. Can I collapse this? There we go. All empires can patronize the same independent people. The bonuses received from patronizing increases according to the number of patrons. Okay. The state of this city matches that of its independent people, at its zenith. But this state will not last forever. Soon enough, this independent people will be in decline, before eventually collapsing. You can increase their lifetime by continuing to patronize them. If an independent people's city is under your cultural influence when its status changes to in decline, you will be able to assimilate them. Okay. My culture's pretty powerful, but also these guys are very far away from us. So if we pull up the civics lens... Yeah, we have not managed to get our culture running out here. Okay, so we're probably not going to be able to pull that one off. Unless I take over this island over here. Which I think we are intending to do. So it looks like we unlock new levels of support. So here they won't attack you, and they give you their maps. Yo, I want that real bad. Here they can be hired as mercenaries. Okay. Let's feed them influence until we get their maps. We have so much influence, I have no problem spending a ton of it on this. So I was kind of hoping that was going to unlock that, but I guess we got to get to 60, maybe? It says 0 of 10. Maybe it checks at the beginning of the turn. And then this is the assimilation button, which is going to cost a bunch of culture. That makes sense. Okay, so yeah, I guess let's start another turn, and we'll see if that does it. And okay, that's interesting. There are some units that require more than 1 point of a strategic resource. The charcoal kiln is just lots and lots of industry. I mean, it feels like lots and lots of industry is a good way to go, right? Okay, these guys are on their way to the coast. These guys down here are on their way to the coast, and they're close. They're close to it. So it looks like we're the only people who bothered to build boats, but everybody's got the embark thing now. Only 1 population gain. We must be losing our touch. So let's see if I'm allowed to ask them for open borders this turn. I am. Please?
Generous. A very generous proposal.
Nope. They did not do it. They didn't even offer us the ability to buy into it. I would gladly have paid 100 gold to keep this boat alive. Well, okay, we know where the rest of their landmass is, and we know where another player is now, too. Purple. Who is Purple? Purple's the player in 4th, okay. And the the black player has surpassed us in fame. Now, granted, they're way ahead on stars. We're gonna get some more fame from completing some stars, but yeah, I'm thinking we're in a place where we're gonna have to find that player and do some things to them. So no, okay. It says unlocked. You can buy their resources. They share their map vision with you. So not their maps, but the things they can currently see with their units. That's a shame. I would like it if we got like proper maps from them. Which one do I think is more important to explore? Do we head north? Let's go this way. Because this region's not owned by anyone. Although there are independent people here. Are these guys Nazca? No, these are Garamontes. Maybe. A number of large settlements and a willingness to trade. Wait, really? I don't know. We'll see. It's like I can't access their panel from here though, right? I have to find their city before I can interact. Okay. So 43 turns until they start to decline. We have that long to get cultural control over them. That's a really interesting system. And it gives the non-military player more ways to get control of more territory, which is cool. There's a lot of really neat design going on here. Infinite. Wait. What? Why can we not do this? Well, I can... Nope, there's definitely some kind of failure going on here. Oh, stability. It's a stability issue. Right. Build one of these. Make one of those and work on that. Yeah, my stability is not so good in some of my cities. We gotta get more administrators. It turns out to actually be a problem. And I should probably be buying out more stuff, I guess. So we have a lot of money. You're totally good on stability. The cities that are administrated have no problems. You know what would be really cool, actually, is a school. We have 13 population in this city. Feels like we should have a school. Alright, so now... Do we want to... I'm not going to buy the school. We can, but I'm going to leave myself a little bit of a buffer to work with. Alright, more population. Yep. Unit lost at sea, destroyed, and I'm very annoyed about it. A cultural agreement, which doesn't really seem to have much meaning in this situation, because our cultural proximity is already really high, but sure. I would like to remain friends with you. I'm into that. What urgent affairs? The last of their line. A troubling truth has emerged regarding the great stable megalopolis, that's a little grand, of Bibrakti. Many servants from the city's palace have been castrated at the command of the local ruler. These eunuchs are believed to be more loyal, and they are said to play a number of roles from courtier to singer to guard. What is your view on this matter? My view is that I would like to know if they were castrated consensually. Because, I mean, listen, if that's their deal and they're into it, then I guess it's fine. If we accept that, we'll move the economic axis toward individualism, which is not the direction we want it. Oh, I guess on this one I don't actually have any particularly strong feelings. I was thinking that this was this axis. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's fine. Moving toward individualism. We could punish them because, you know, mutilation. Again, I feel like this has a lot... there's a piece of information here that I'm missing. Eunuchs will help steady the capital. Even if some powerful interests might be upset, this will move the social axis toward tradition. I think I'm gonna just accept this. I really wish I knew whether they were cool. It says at the command of the local ruler. No, that's bad. We shouldn't let them do that. Moves the order axis toward authority. Do we have feelings about that one? That's one we actually do not want, though. I think I'm going to just accept it. They're weird over in Bibrakti. It has 3 population. It is not a megalopolis. Come on now. Okay, now you guys get in the water. I guess we don't. What am I doing? We don't have open borders with them. What is the value of getting in the water over here? I had a plan long ago, and I have not reconsidered it, despite the fact that it has maybe become not the right thing to do. Okay, so this city could use a little bit of stability. Let's go ahead and build a public fountain here. This city is trending towards 64, but 64 is still not, like, good. So we just finished the fountain here. What do we want to do? This is where my holy site is. So we do have a building that we can build. Right, don't we have a thing that improves the effectiveness of the holy site? Maybe it was a, yeah, it's a public ceremony. Well, we could produce more faith, but, like, the value of doing so is, less clear to me now that we're not in control of the religion. I'm not really sure what I want to do with that. We probably don't want to build military units. We could just build districts. We could just build out, but I'm a little worried about the stability. Why don't we just build one of these internal things? You know what? The population here is pretty decent. Let's build a school. And then here, now that we have this, can we build off of it? Yes. Yes, we absolutely can. That's really interesting. That's probably the right way to get more industry into this city. Yeah, being able to just build a district wherever you want seems really powerful. Huh. Alright, these guys have reached their destination. They can't get in the water unless they have full movement. Okay, that's fine. Actually, you know what? If that's the case, get in the water over here. And then we can sail across in a single turn. Okay. And let's run one more sequence of enemy turns. I just realized how long we've been playing. And we'll stop here for today. That is going to be it for us for the moment. Thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, I tend to get drawn in. One more turn syndrome is a real thing, and it is powerful. But that's it for us for today. When you come back next time, tomorrow, hopefully we're going to figure out a way to catch up with this AI who is doing super well and who has, at this point, surpassed us. And we'll see you then.